Hi, for this video we are going to talk about combination. So these are the choice of R things from a set of N things without replacement and where order does not matter. The formula for combination is NCR or N factorial all over R factorial times quantity N minus R factorial. So let us solve some problems regarding combinations. So let us solve the first example and let's evaluate NCR given that N is equal to 7 and R is equal to 2. Now, if you do not have scientific calculator, you can use the formula for combination, which is this one. But if you have scientific calculator, then you can just type in the given or identify first the value of N and R, and you can type it on your scientific calculator and it will show you the answer. But first, let's use the formula to find how many combinations are there in example number 1. So, n natin is 7. We have 7 factorial. All over r is 2. So, we have 2 factorial times quantity 7 minus 2 factorial. Okay? And then we have 7 factorial all over 2 factorial. 7 minus 2 is 5 factorial. And then expressing this, we have 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Okay? All over 2 factorial is 2 times 1. And 5 factorial is 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. And then here we need to cancel out yung same numbers in the numerator and denominator. So we can cancel out this. Okay? And then the remaining numbers, you need to multiply them. So we have 7 times 6 and 2 times 1. 7 times 6 is 42 over 2 times 1 is 2. 42 over 2, we have 21 combinations. Now, if you have a scientific calculator, and much better, kasi you can just type in like your N is 7, then click nyo yung NCR, then type nyo yung value ng R which is 2. So we have 7C 2 and it will give you 21 as your answer. Same answers lang din yung makukuha nyo both if you use the formula or if you use the scientific calculator. But it is much better to use the scientific calculator kasi para hindi na tayo mag-solve ng mahaba pa. You can just identify the N and R and then type it in your scientific calculator and it will give you the answer. Next example, we have a word problem. The mathematics head teachers in a division are composed of 12 members who want to form a working committee. So, how many ways can a 10-person be selected from the mathematics head teachers? First, let's identify muna kung ano yung value ni N and R. And N is always like greater than R. So, obviously, 12 is the value of your N. And 10-person is the value of your R. So, by using the formula, substitute natin yung given. So, we have 12 factorial all over 10 factorial times quantity 12 minus 10 factorial. Then we have 12 factorial all over 10 factorial. And 12 minus 10 is 2 factorial. And then expressing this, we have 12 times 11, 10, 9, 8, up until 1 times 1 all over 10 factorial, no? 5, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then 2 factorial is 2 times 1. Then cancel out natin yung mga same numbers in the numerator and denominator. So we have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So cancel out natin ito ng buo. Okay? And then the remaining numbers, let us find their product. So ang naiwan sa numerator is 12 and 11. Sa denominator is 2 times 1. So we have 12 times 11. That will result to 132. Over 2 times 1 is 2. And then 132 divided by 2 is equal to 66 combinations. Okay? And then if you use scientific calculators, it will also give you 66 combinations. We have NCR. So N is 12, 12C 10. Okay? It will also give you 66 as your answer. The same answer lang yung makukuha nyo. Either method yung gamitin, same answer lang din yung lalabas. Next example, in how many ways can a committee consisting of 4 members be formed from 10 people? Again, identify natin what is the value of N and R. In this case, N mo is 10 people, and then R mo is 4. Okay? By using the formula for combination, let's substitute the value of N and R. So you have 10 factorial all over 4 factorial times quantity 10 minus 4 factorial. Then we have 10 factorial all over 4 factorial. 10 minus 4 is 6 factorial. Then expressing this, we have 10 times 9 times 8 times 7 times 6, so on and so forth, up until 1. And then all over 4 factorial is 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. And then 6 factorial. Then let's cancel out yung same numbers in the numerator and denominator. So we can cancel out 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay? And what will happen is we will multiply the remaining numbers. So we have 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. So here in the numerator, we will multiply 10 times 9 times 8 times 7, and that will result to 5,040 all over 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, all over 24. Then here, divide natin si 5,040 kay 24. So the answer is 210 combinations. And using scientific calculator, you can just type in your N, which is 10. So 10, and then click nyo yung NCR, then type nyo yung R nyo, which is 4. And then it will also give you 210 as your answer. We now have our last problem regarding combination. So there are 12 boys and 14 girls in Mrs. Aguilar's math class. Find the number of ways that Mrs. Aguilar can select a team of 3 students from the class to work on a group project. The team should consist of 1 girl and 2 boys. So to solve this problem, we need to separately get the combinations of 2 boys from 12 boys and the combinations of 1 girl from 14 girls. Basically, kukunin natin separately yung combinations ng boys and combinations ng girls. Right after we get the number of combinations to each gender, we need to multiply the number of combinations. So here, let's say, dito yung combinations for boys and dito yung combinations for girls. So sa boys, we have 12 boys, no? So ito yung N for B, for boys, sabihin. And then, sabi dito, yung team dapat mag-consist ng dalawang boy. So, yung R mo is 2 dun sa boys. Okay? So, if we solve that, gamitin na natin scientific calculators, NCR, yung N natin is 12 boys, di ba? So, 12 C, and then yung R natin is 2. Kasi we will get 2 boys from those 12 boys in the class. So, click lang natin in our scientific calculators, 12C2. It will give us 66 combinations. Okay? For the boys. And then for the girls naman, ang girls sa class ni Mrs. Aguilar is 14. Okay, so ito yung N for girls. And then kailangan sa isang team ng 3 students, dalawa yung lalaki, isa yung babae. So yung R for girls is 1. Okay? So using our scientific calculator, we have NCR, diba? Ang N natin is 14. And then, ang R natin is 1. So, just type it in your scientific calculators, 14, and then click NCR, and then 1. And it will give us 14 combinations. Now that we get the number of combinations separately, we need to multiply them for us to get the answer. So, multiply natin 66 times 14, and that will result to 924 combinations. Given that the combination should be composed of 2 boys and 1 girl from a total of 12 boys and 14 girls in the class. So that's it. That is how you solve problems regarding combinations, and that is all about combinations.